Indigenous ranger groups are warning that a snowballing nightmare of driving fines is developing in remote communities all over the Northern Territory, leading to financial hardship and imprisonment.
They say it's partly because the police, who provide vehicle registration inspections, aren't often in their communities to offer the service. The police say they're responding by drawing up agreements with communities about when they'll be able to visit.
In the wet season, the Mimal Rangers focus on clearing weeds and feral animals from 20,000 square kilometres of Arnhem land.
Bad for a country, yeah. Especially the weeds like gamba grass and all that.
They're also revegetating areas of their country at Mimal, 4 hours drive from the nearest town, Catherine, with native plants.
This area is our wetland monitoring area, and we're trying to encourage the presence of Gordian finches.
It's a job they love.
Getting out and protecting the community, like getting rid of weeds.
And many others want to get involved.
There's a lot of people asking for a job at Ranger, yeah.
It's not just a long way, but it's expensive for locals to get to Catherine to get the paperwork they need for ranger jobs and other work.
You have IDs and all that, poker card, white card, and also drive license, all those things, you know, which they don't have.
And when they go to their local police station at Bullman to get cars inspected for registration, it's often closed.
It's hard for us to register a car. The police are here for like 2 days, come back 3 months.
So like many other remote residents, the Rangers struggle to keep their documents up to date and then get caught by police when they drive to town.
So when people lose their licence, it affects their ability to do a lot of jobs.
Often fines start mounting up.
Over the years I've seen fines ranging from $2,000 or $3,000 to up to $10,000 to $16,000 that have accumulated in different ways. Those penalties then end up going to court. They end up getting warrants and just really, really large fines that are beyond their capability to pay.
It has tough consequences for families in this isolated community.
So households, there might, I think it's 9 to 15 people living in a house, and when you're down to 4 or 5 people providing all the funding for everyone, that means people don't eat.
The threat of prison looms for people with multiple unpaid fines.
And it just becomes this sort of ever-increasing snowball that people just really struggle to get out of.
The group says the last straw was when a ranger was fined in December after police filled out inspection paperwork wrongly.
I've only been in the Territory for sort of 8 years and have seen multiple cases of this in my experience working with ranger groups in different parts of Arnhem Land.
The police wouldn't comment on the December case, but acknowledge it's a common problem.
We try and service those communities as best we can. We've got to do the best we can with the resources we have available.
They're promising to better coordinate the timing of their remote visits, and they're putting in new technology to answer people's phone messages when remote stations are closed.
They can then make arrangements, make bookings, ask questions at their local police. When are you next in the community, and can I organise to get my licence renewed?
The Ranger Group says there still needs to be better access to documentation services. They're calling on the Northern Territory Government to contract regional councils with regularly staffed offices to assist.
There's an opportunity for that MVR to be potentially outsourced to some of the agencies that are already in community.
The Minister will consider that.
If you don't have a post office, if you don't have access to motor vehicle registry, it does impact your life. So I have heard that, and it is concerning, and we will look at options for that to be alleviated.
It's action that can't come soon enough.
There's nowhere else that the Mimal Rangers would rather live and work than here on their own country. They're appealing to governments to provide better services here so they can continue to do that. Jane Bardon, ABC News, Mimal.